and everything. It seems like, oh, listening to stats with a minor setback. No problem, I got this. Nidus Canal is going to come up at 9 o'clock position, but C on top of that has some medic marines in there, has those tanks showing that despite those dark swarms coming up, still doing that. And resource-wise, the main, the natural for great, not the best position. He is getting the 12 o'clock position up, and that 9 o'clock, such an important lifeline, an important gas that he needs. Defiler going to go down due to radiate, so as soon as the Dark Swarm goes up and the workers under it go down, weapons 2 and armor 2 upgraded medic marines are going to be able to fly in there and start hacking away, well, actually, rather shooting away. And those vultures also being extremely deadly. Some more defilers going to come in, try to get some more Dark Swarms off, delay this as much as possible. So he's not going to be able to go for a while because of those lurkers staying in there. More Evo Chambers coming up. And Great still not in the best of economic positions. He's kind of getting himself a little bit back in there. Getting that 4th base going. But C's been on 4th base for a while. He has that 6 o'clock, so that's his 5th. Getting up that lower left-hand position. Ouch. He's mined out his main at this point. His natural expansion also I don't think is doing very well because he saturates his bases really nicely. Start things off. Ooh, look at all those supply depots. My God. A lot of tanks are sitting back home. Has a few Goliaths in there just in case. Weapons 1, Armor 1 upgrades at this point. And if he manages to get a fully upgraded mech army and a large one at that, tanks, especially a lot of tanks and vultures, fully upgraded mech army against a Zerg just rips a Zerg apart to pieces, to shreds. Just a Zerg just kind of looks at it. Ugh, God, that's ugly, and just GG's in disgust at himself. C holding a nice contain on this 9. Can't penetrate it because that choke is insanely small, and Great just Dark Swarms, a few lurkers outside the entrance. Dark Swarm, Dark Swarm, Dark Swarm, Dark Swarm. And that's it. But C for now not going to be able to continue denying that upper right-hand position. Only has a few science facilities. I think there was some Hydras on the ground that are actually attacking that. Finally, some Scourge out there. Medic Marines engaging. Oh, almost losing one of those. Medic Marines actually going to be able to pick off those Hydras, I think. If the Medics get in position, Medics a little bit behind. Finally, some Medics getting in position. The Hydra's going to go down. Hydras, of course, out there to engage the tanks on the Vultures, but unfortunately getting caught by some Medic Marines. Vultures not going to risk getting in there because they might all die, despite only 2 lurkers being there. So Great staying in this game just to sheer will, I think, but still think C's dominating completely and absolutely. Even if Great's slowly staying in this, he's not really getting back into it. He's staying in the game, but he's not winning it. He's not coming close to a win, actually. Still some Marines being produced, or at least flooding around by C, and is finally mobilizing some more of his tank troops just across the middle, planting down a bunch of mines, getting himself ready. I think the 12 o'clock position might be his next fix. That might still move and pincer in that 12. Does seem like he's going to be closing in the 12 that upper right hand position. I'm sorry. Start sieging on those lurkers. One Hydra there waiting, but that's not going to do much. Tanks are just going to outrange, just attack those lurkers from range. Some of them sieging, some not. And the hatch is going to go down in moments. Meanwhile, a few medic marines coming in here at the outside of that natural expo. Way too many Sunkens in there to do much at all. Few forces coming in from the left for Great. Maybe thinking of assaulting these tanks and vultures. A lot of mines at the front. You might get some drags in, but those mines are going to do a lot more damage than you want them to. Some Zergans trying to get some mine drags in, picking off a few auxiliary forces. Still a few mines there at the front. Dark Swarm going to come up. Tanks in the location. Some Zergans trying to come in close, but no. Those vultures are in place. Lurkers being picked off. The upper right-hand position being picked off now. Great, looking in trouble, going for a drop at this lower left tank, gonna be able to pick that off. Maybe some SCVs coming in there, might want to run away before he get all killed. But at the very least, losing one base for C right now is not bad. It's also getting attacked at the 6 o'clock. Lurker drops. Yeah, but scan, that's gonna snuff that out. Over also gonna die to Charon boosters. Ugh. And I don't think this lower left is gonna die because lurkers are not gonna pick off a command center, because command center can do these lovely little things. They're called float. Just lift up and float away, because yeah, and no anti-air forces. No, yeah, it's not gonna allow them to do much of anything. Some more Zerg is gonna come in here, try to pick off some of these mines. Finally, the Zorro is in place. Those mines are gonna go down. The tank's gonna get surrounded a little bit. Hydra's being dropped just right on top of the tanks, so they might actually get picked off. Some vultures in there, trying to prevent them from happening. But I still think even if C loses this, is not a big loss. Weapons 2, still armor 2 upgrades, and I think he's pretty much maxed out in troops at this point, so every little bit he loses is just going to replenish in 2 seconds. And he's denied so many bases to his opponent that losing a little bit now at this point doesn't really matter. Gonna lose some of these forces at this North Korea position. Still has his tanks in the upper right hand. He might actually, with that, just by having that one tank at the front, might actually win this. Hydra's engaging at a range where they can be shot at instead of coming in close. So pretty bad. Some tanks typically trying to siege at that 9 o'clock, but not going to happen. And Great still holding it steady just by holding lurkers at the entrance and using Dark Swarms. So that's that. Oh, man. See almost at weapons 3 at this point on his mech forces, and that is so deadly and horrible to see. That is just ouch, pain, because they do so much damage. He's mined out in a lot of his bases. The entire lower right hand corner is done. His 3 o'clock still mining some. His 6 o'clock still mining. His lower left not mining much, but inside 3 also mining some. Tanks engaging some Hydras under Dark Swarm, so the tanks are doing as much damage as the Hydras coming in close, and only engaging a few Goliaths. Might actually manage to clear up this position. The tanks go down, only a few Goliaths in there. The mines are in position. There's still a lot of tanks in there, so it might just clear the south side, but not overall everything. As the Hydra continue to move, manage to pick off the mines, but continuing further north would just enrage more tanks. Meanwhile, now lower left in position being picked up by C. Yet again, he's not scared at all. And honestly, fighting against a Terran player that has equal bases to you and actually more bases than you, it's just not a position you want to be in. Great, only 2 mining bases at this point, and not quite sure how long they're going to stay that way. While C still managing to get a new base at the lower left end, that's going to be a lifeline for a significant part of the game. Has weapons 3 at this point. The damage will be immense. Even though Carapace 2 just not going to give enough defense again against those weapons 3 armory forces. And I think Great just has to hope for like an insane, mad suicide bust out. Going out there with a lot of Zerglings, trying to get some Mind Drakes going. Not going to happen. The Hydra's not in the numbers. The Lurker's not in the number to engage. He just loses everything. I think GG is imminent because he has almost no forces. Now his 9 o'clock position has been penetrated, finally. So that's going to go down as well. And no lifelines for him, no troops for him, nothing for him to stay in this group. So Great is going to get knocked out of this round 32, and C is going to move on to the round of 16, moving with his, I believe, fully maxed out, upgraded army at this point. And yeah, there you go. Did see the GG there. Great kind of scratches his head while C's just going to stand up calmly, go sign his autograph, and like, give me my round of 16 opponent, biatch. Something like that. So, finally done with round 32. God, sorry it's been so late, guys, but that happens. That's life, you know. House of Dick Presidents. GG, ranching out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. See you in round of 16. Woot. Go to sc2gg.com and watch the, or rather, read the MSL round of 16 preview where, you know, we get predictions and stuff like that. All that good stuff. So, yeah. And leave a comment there if you want, because the people love them comments, love them involved audiences and all that. So yeah, later guys, see you soon enough.